And we'll get started with our yoga chair practice. And we just use a chair for support and for seated so that we don't get down on the ground like we might do in a traditional mat class. Am I off? Oh, okay. So let's start seated in the back of your chair. So put your back up against the back. And just rest your palms in your lap and let your shoulders relax. Soften your facial muscles. And let's begin by connecting with your breath. We always do that in every yoga practice. We start with a little pranayama or breath practice. And we're not going to do anything fancy. We're just going to breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, or out through the mouth. We all come from different places. You might have just rolled out of bed, or you might have been out already working in the fields today and you're all out of breath. So everybody needs to kind of relax and come back together and focus on your internal world. So if we take our right hand and put it right here on your chest and your left hand on your belly, you can feel the deep inhalations and exhalations, because as you inhale, front to back, you can feel your belly expand, your whole entire torso. And then exhale, the belly draws in. And then maybe inhale to the sides. So all the way around the body, and even lengthwise, up out of the crown of the head and rooting down with the sitting bone and into the earth, or into your chair rather. Exhale. So feel that expansion all the way around the body. Inhale. And begin to fill the lungs a little bit deeper. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hips in the chair. You can always close your eyes or soften your gaze at the beginning of your practice, just to bring you into more awareness, more centeredness about what's going on with you today. I always like to kind of check in and see, because if your breath is really, you might need to take a little longer to find your breath and relax into this moment. So no matter how challenging the physical aspect of our practice is, we want to always draw ourselves back to the breath. Always coming back to the breath. It helps us find balance. And balance is what I'm looking for today in my life, maybe yours as well. There's always a lot of things going on right now. And sometimes we need to balance between the energetic and the calm, the running around and the sitting still. We have lots of things to balance in our lives. Let's take a couple more rounds of breath. Feeling relaxed in your chair. And then slowly let your arms fall away. And then inhale, sweep the fingertips up to the sky. And as we exhale, draw your hands to prayer in front of your heart. We're setting an intention for this practice, and it can be personal, whatever your focus is. I believe in focusing on balance in the body and perhaps connecting with the breath. Focusing on your internal world as opposed to your external one. We're also going to focus a little bit on the solar plexus, the center of your being, where all your creativity and your energy comes from. So we'll build a little fire there. So we're going to move out to the edge of your chair. So hold on to the front edge of your chair and move out so that you're sitting on the very edge, hands on your thighs, and we're going to start to circle the body. And maybe the music will get a little bit louder. Maybe not. We don't need music. I think sometimes music kind of sets the mood. And so I like to pick out music that sort of goes with the way that I'm feeling. Now we know that circling the body is a really good way to warm it up. It's good for your digestive system, and I love doing this. I could do it every single day. Your body likes to turn, your organs like to be twisted around a little bit, wrung out, as it were. So we're circling and moving with the breath. And then slowly start to make your circles just a little bit smaller, little bit smaller, little bit smaller. And come back to your center and lift the shoulders up by your ears, kind of squeezing them up. And then as you exhale, press them back and down. Do that again. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, circle the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Now let's circle a little bit in the opposite direction. Always remember which direction that you were circling in. Circling, moving, maybe involving your shoulders a little bit. Checking in with the body, see how we feel. Connect with the breath. Sometimes when things get challenging, and things might get a little challenging today, physically, you might notice that you might hold your breath. We don't want to hold our breath right now. We want to move with the breath and warm things up. Take a few more rounds. And then slowly start to make your circles a little bit smaller, little bit smaller. Coming back to your center. And then as you inhale again, lift the fingertips up to the sky, look up. And as you exhale, rounding over into cat pose. Hands on your thighs or your knees, rounding your spine. Inhale, lifting it back up. So think about one breath per movement. Exhale, rounding, scooping out the belly. And then inhale, lifting. Maybe arcing your spine. Just remember to pull the belly button in so you don't hurt your back. So as you're inhale, lifting, you can open your chest. And as you exhale, really articulate that spine. Think about the vertebrae starting to open and close. Do that a couple more times. It's a great way to warm your spine up, whether you're on your hands and knees or whether you're seated in a chair. Exhale. This time as you inhale, lifting the fingertips up to the sky, let's take them side to side. So twist them to your right. So we're adding in that little bit of rotation, side to side. And I'm getting my arms up a little bit higher. And all of a sudden I notice about all the push-ups that I did yesterday on a videotape. Ooh, shoulders are sore, pecs are sore. One more time. And then as you bring them back up to the center, draw your hands back to prayer right here. We're going to squeeze the legs and squeeze the forearms together. Press, press, press. And then as you inhale, open your chest, open your arms. Exhale, press them back together again, thumbs towards your forehead. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, open up your arms. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders and roll those shoulders forward a few times. Keeping the spine nice and long, the breath smooth and fluid. Now let's reverse this. Take them to the back. I usually inhale as the chest is open and exhale as the elbows come together. Now come right here and stay. We're going to take a little twist side to side, and we're going to exhale and exhale, maybe a little quicker. Don't worry about your inhale, just exhale, heating up the core, working the front and the back of your body together around your spine. heating up that solar plexus. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sweep your arms down around underneath your thighs, and then inhale, sweep them all the way back up. We're going to bring the hands to prayer again in front of the heart, lightly interlacing, and press them up. Now, can everyone look up at the back of your knuckles as you straighten out your arms? Keep pressing up even as you bring your chin to your chest. And look up, and look down, and look straight ahead, and turn your head now from side to side. And then bring the hands behind your head. Lift your chest. Elbows are pressing back, stretching the front of the shoulder and these pec muscles. And then reach the arms back to the sides of the chair and stretch open a little bit more. Taking full deep breaths. Relaxing the shoulders down and away. And then sweeping the arms all the way back up and reach up out of the sides of your waist like you're picking apples out of a tree. And then once again, bend your elbows like those cactus arms. We're going to drop the hands straight ahead and then pull the elbows back and squeeze the shoulder blades. Do that again. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Squeeze them together and then start to reach the arms out as you lean back. Do that again. Sit up, squeeze the shoulder blades, and then lean all the way back until your shoulders touch the back of the chair. Pull away about an inch. Stay here and lift the right knee up and the left knee up so that you're engaging those abdominal muscles again, right there. Lifting and lifting. So you're hovering over your chair. You're not relaxed. You're squeezing the belly in. Did you remember to breathe? A couple more. And then pull the elbows back again right here. Exhale, round over, reach underneath your chair, or underneath your thighs rather. Inhale, sweep the fingertips back up. Rotate your wrists this time. Rotate your wrists in both directions. Bring your fingertips back to your shoulders. Actually, let's bring them behind our head. We've already done shoulders. I want you to lift your right knee up, twist in, back to the center, and lower it down. Lift the left knee up, twist, center, and down. Try it again. Up, twist, center, and down. Lift up, twist, center, and down. One more each side. Up, twist, center, and down. Last time. Up, twist, center, and down. Lift the right knee up and interlace your fingers underneath your thigh as you circle your ankle. Ooh, I heard that little clicking. The little clickies in your ankles. And maybe the knee a little bit, just to kind of wake it up. I'm going to extend the leg and dig the heel in and make sure you're seated right on the very edge of your chair. Hands can be here on your hips or on your base leg. We have a micro bend in that knee so that we're not hyperextending it. Keep your spine long and tall and straight as you list forward. So I'm thinking about drawing my shoulder blades together to keep the spine long. Come back up for a little breath. Pull the toe closer toward your face. I don't know if you can see that even. And then lengthen out a little bit more. So you're getting a little bit more stretch in your calf. And as you come back up, we're going to take the left arm and reach all the way over to your side. Reach out through your fingertips and open up the left side body. Maybe looking up in front of your elbow, maybe looking straight ahead. Come all the way up and cross the right ankle in front of the left and twist. You can hold on to the side of your thigh. Lengthen up your spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the expansion again as you breathe. And then slowly bring yourself back to the front and unwind. Lift the left and circle. Circling. And maybe that knee again. And I'm going to stretch on this side as well, stretching my leg out, hinging at the hips. Come forward with a long spine, hands on your base leg, hands on your chair, or even you can reach your arms back like a jet airplane. That may help you to draw the shoulders onto your back, to take the roundness out of those shoulders. Come back, take a little breath, pull the toe a little closer toward your face, because as you do that and squeeze your quadricep, you're going to take that stretch down a little bit further into that calf. And then coming up, I'm going to take the right arm this time and bend over and stretch out through the right side of the body. Again, you can look up, you can look straight ahead, you can look down. It's a good idea to move your neck around whenever you can. Our necks tend to get kind of stiff. Come back up, cross the left ankle in front of the right and take a little twist here. And a lot of that stiffness, I hate to tell you, because nobody wants to hear stuff about aging, but as we mature, as we get older, you know, the fascia tends to dry out a little bit more, the connective tissue in the body. And it just gets tighter and stiffer and drier. Movement helps. Water, I know. Water, drinking water is going to help my connective tissue? Yes. Lots of movement, lots of water. Cut down on inflammation. And of course, we all know what causes inflammation. Sugar. Come all the way back, which we all love. Can we stand up right here? Roll yourself forward and stand yourself up in front of your chair. Let's just let those arms kind of float side to side, like you're kind of patting your kidneys a little bit. A little Tai Chi move, actually. So that's why we're always, all of us are trying to cut back on the sugar, because we know it causes inflammation. Inflammation dries out the fascia. It causes pain and irritability. That's why we have arthritis in our joints and things like that. So even when I hurt, I still walk. I still do yoga. I still do cardio. I still do everything. You know, if things hurt so much that you can't stand it, obviously people take things like Aleve, but I would definitely talk to a doctor about that. There are alternatives to taking those things that have to go through your organs, your kidneys and liver, mess you up. Now, let's do something a little different. Let's walk over to the right side of your chair. I might move my chair around a little bit so you can see me better, so that I am standing back and to the corner of the right side of my chair. I'm going to take my right foot forward and just rock forward and back. And you might hold your chair. You might let go. Challenge your balance. Yep. This is physical balance. I'm always talking about balancing mental and emotional parts of your being, but this is the physical balance. So I'm going to rock and I'm going to lift myself a little bit higher to practice balancing, because inevitably as I step off the curb this afternoon, I'm going to fall. I have to go grocery shopping. So I'm rocking. And again, you might hold on. You know where your chair is in case you start to fall. That's why we use a chair, for a little bit of balance. And we're still breathing, and we're floating forward and back. Couple more, and then we're going to change lead legs. So try it on with the left leg forward. See if it feels any different. Does one hip feel different than the other? Is it easier on one side? Yes. I always think of my right leg should be my dominant leg, but I'm right-handed. So when you walk, your left leg, if you're right-handed, is probably dominant. Did you know that? Because it's in opposition so that you feel balanced. I don't know, do you believe everything you read? I keep telling my gal pals, I gotta stop reading too much. I read too much stuff. So we're rocking, we're energizing the body. We're giving it a little bit more movement and warmth. Today's a pretty cold day. I had to wear warm clothes today because it's still chilly outside. So now we're going to change directions altogether. We're going to go behind your chair. So we're going to step wide. You can hold onto the chair and kind of lift your legs if you want, side to side, right there. Maybe the arms are moving side to side to help you balance again. How about if you just plant your feet and move side to side by bending one knee, then the other. If your knee is bothering you, make sure you try to keep it behind your toe, right there. And then sweep across. Start to open up. These big, deep stretches help you move those muscles, tendons, ligaments, fascia, everything all around your body a little bit more. And this is what we want, to be able to move with ease. Make it a little bigger. The whole idea to keep moving is so we can move, so we can do things for ourselves. I don't like to ask people to lift this and open that and do this and do that. I want to be able to do it myself. Can you reach down a little further? I like to call it pulling the weeds out of the garden. And I have a lot of those. I have a lot of weeds. Do that again. So I'm shifting my weight onto one leg, then the other. There we go. How about if we reach across with our arms and push and pull back and push and pull back. Again, I'm shifting the weight side to side, looking for a little balance in the body. When things get a little bit more challenging, I have to focus more on myself. What am I doing? Am I breathing? I'm being present because I'm here and now. I can't possibly think about my grocery shopping list because I'll fall over or I'll forget what I'm doing. So we all want to be present. Now come back to your center. Hands to prayer. Step over to the other side of your chair, bringing your feet underneath your hips. Circle sweep your arms all the way up and then sit back in chair like you're flowing your little chair flow. So inhale, rise up, and then exhale, sit back. Do that again. Inhale, rising up, and exhale, sit back. This time as you rise up, let's do a little side bend. So right hand grabs left wrist, and we bend to the side again. Try to open up a little bit more on the side of your body, the side of your rib. Try the other side. Stretch it, pull it. Go a little bit further than you think you can. Come back and sit back in chair. Now roll the bottoms of your feet, stretching. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Circle sweep the arms, come all the way back up. Exhale back. Let's lift the right knee up. Find another balance. Maybe your toe stays down, maybe your knee lifts up. Sit back. Try it again on the other side. Lifting and exhale, lowering. Lift and lower. Speed it up. Lift and lower. Up, down, up and down. Couple more. Now, step wide with your right leg this time. Circle your arms in, knees go out, little squat. Inhale and exhale. One more time. And then we're just going to reverse it. Take them out. Take them out. Moving the shoulders, moving the arms, moving things in tandem. Bring your hands to your thighs. And drop the right shoulder in with a twist. Left shoulder in with a twist. Do it again. Right and left. as you roll it up, we're going to step over to the right side and balance again. Take your outside leg away from the chair, your right leg, stretch it out, point your toe. Turn your heel toward the chair and your toe out and make little tiny circles right here with your hip. Your hip is doing the work. Hip's doing the work. And then circle to the inside. Keep your leg fairly straight, the knee is soft. Now we're going to circle the whole leg. We're going to circle it all the way around and then back to the front. Circle that hip all the way out. If you had your hip replaced, a couple of you, be careful, be gentle, do what the doctor says. This time, keep that foot back there behind the chair. Your right foot, you're going to roll down onto the heel and then lift it up. I don't know if you can even see it. Roll down and lift it up. Notice that my left foot is still facing forward. Now keep the feet down, both heels down. Right arm reaches over and you bend toward the middle, toward your chair. Hold on to the chair with your left hand and arc over again. Lots of nice stretching here. So as I come back, my left leg hasn't moved. I'm going to pull the right knee forward again and step all the way back. Big lunge. Lower the heel and lift it up. So I'm on railroad tracks, lifting my heel up and down, up and down. Now take the arms out to the side. Keep your heel lifted because we're going to twist. If your foot is flat, you're going to torque something in your back. You need to stay up on the ball of your foot so you have a little bit more mobility. So bring your right arm to the front, the left arm back behind you, twisting, keeping your hips squared to the front. Inhale back. Exhale, twist. Now, you've got options. You can hold your chair if you want. And inhale back. Try it one more time. Exhale, twist. And inhale back. We're going to shift the weight. Come all the way up. And cross it over your opposite shin. Now, you can kickstand it. You can slide it up. You can even do a traditional tree pose if you want. Or you can try something a little different. See if you can slide it up above your knee. That's hard, I know. You might have to reach down and pull your leg up. And then bend your knee, your standing leg, your left knee, and sit back in what we call one-legged chair. And you get a nice hip stretch. Flex the foot that's crossing over your thigh. And then come all the way back up. Wow. Step wide again. Open your elbows. Take it side to side again like you did seated in the chair. This time cactus arms for exhale, exhale. Sink a little bit deeper. You're only twisting at the waist, not your hips and your knees. So twist right at the midsection. Just think about burning off any negativity. Let's think about that. Sometimes we come to a practice or even life with preconceived notions about what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to look, what we're supposed to be doing. That's why this is really good that we don't have a class. You can look around and see what everybody else is doing. You do your own thing. So sometimes we need to burn off those not very positive self-images of ourselves or the way we're supposed to be. That's why working in your solar plexus is good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! How are your legs? Step over to the other side. Same thing. We're going to lift the outside leg, stretch it out. Feels good. Point the toe, open up so the inner thigh is lifted in little tiny circles right there. Breathing with length, and then circle in the opposite direction. There we go. Now take this leg and circle it all the way back behind you and open. Open that hip. Back behind. Open it up. This time, leave the foot back behind the chair. Roll down onto your heel. Can you see? There. Can you see the foot? Take the left arm and stretch over. Stretch, stretch, stretch. As you shift your weight, my right foot is still in the same place. I'm going to lift the left knee up again. Step all the way back. This is a balance challenge. You might need to hold onto your chair. Stay lifted here. Take your arms out to the side. Lift your chest. You're going to twist in towards your chair. So this time the left arm's forward. We always twist into our thigh. Inhale back. Try it again. Exhale, twist. You might hold your chair. You might not be able to get your right arm all the way back. Try it again. Twisting. Staying up on those toes in the back. Shift your weight. Come all the way up. Finding your version of a balance. You might just cross your ankle over and use a little kickstand. You might slide it up and say, that's good. You might want to come up a little bit higher and sit back in a one-legged chair. As you push your hips back, you'll notice the hips. Now, my hips hurt on both sides. I did a hard hike last weekend with my daughter. And so both of my hips after that strenuous hike, 8 miles uphill. I like to tell the kids in both directions. And then slowly release. There we go. Step wide again. You're right behind your chair. As you lift your fingertips straight up, turn your toes out so that you're in a little bit of a turnout once again. We're going to bend the right knee and make sweeping circles to the right. Circle. 2 more. Last time. As you move into side angle pose, look at your feet. They start in a turnout. They're going to have to turn to 90 degrees with your right toes out and your left toes straight ahead. So as you circle around, you turn your toes and you fold right into your side angle. Push your top left hip forward. Reach up with your left arm. Open your fingers wide. And then lower that left arm. Flip it so the thumb is down. Take the head of the arm bone back behind the scapula. There you go. And sweep it across your ear. Just kind of cut through. And rotate your spine. And let your heart look up at the sky. Long slanted line of energy here. Your left knee is bent. It's not quite 90 degrees, but almost. Circle it up. Don't move it. Right into warrior 2, squeezing the inner thighs towards each other. Take a deep breath in. And into your reverse. Don't worry, we're going to change that. Make sure that right knee is right over your ankle. Now you get to straighten it. You're in a reverse triangle. So as you move into Trikonasana, your triangle pose, legs are straight. Notice that they're wider than this chair. And I'm going to reach out with my right arm and my right under ribs. And you can bring your hand to the front of your thigh. You can't see. Bring your hand to the front of your thigh or even to your shin if you want. And take it straight up. So you look like a triangle. Chest is open to the front. Your feet are still lined up. Remember, right heel dissects your left arch of your foot right in half. Oh, there was a reason I had the chair there. You're going to reach out and hold on to your chair with your left hand. Now, it's very important that this left foot pivots, watch, onto the ball of the foot. I'm mirroring you. As your right arm reaches up, look up at your fingertips. You're in this very high lunge. Pull the belly button in and take a little bit of a pelvic tilt. What's the pelvic tilt again? Pulling the hip forward so you feel the stretch in the hip flexor. And then bend towards your chair. You're holding onto the chair, you're bending. And as you come up, we're going to pivot back into that warrior position, back into your warrior 2, relaxing your shoulders down, and then pivot yourself back to the front. If you have issues with your feet or your ankles or they hurt, that's going to be difficult. Lift the fingertips back up, turn your feet back out, And we're going to circle to your left. Circling and circling and circling. Same thing. One more time. Going to come into your side angle pose again. So turn your feet. Left toes to the left, right toes straight ahead. And lift up with your top arm. Keep your chest open to the front. And then lower your right arm, flip it over so the thumb is facing down, roll the head of the arm bone back, and sweep it over your ear. Open up. Lift your heart up to the sky. Stay strong, lots of energy in this pose. And just move into your warrior two, keeping the left knee directly over the left ankle. Relax the shoulders down. And then take that reverse warrior. Left rib cage opens up. Take your arms straight up. And then you get to straighten that left leg into that reverse triangle, because we're going to move right into Trikonasana. So push your right hip out, reach out with your left under ribs, and open your chest back up. You can bring your hand to your shin, to your thigh. You can bring your hand to your chair if you want a little bit more support. Just watch that this front knee is not locking, that you're squeezing this quadricep. As you hold on to your chair, you're going to pivot all the way around and take your left arm up to the sky. Hold on to your chair. Take that pelvic tilt to stretch the hip flexor as you bend towards your chair. Make your way back up, back into your warrior two. This time take your hands behind your back, roll the shoulders back as you pivot back to the front and center. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We're going to step back over to the right side with your feet back together. This time we're going to lift the inside leg. You can stretch it out again. Point and flex a little bit. Lift it up. As you step all the way back into that lunge, this time you get to drop the heel and find your way into warrior one. Remember, your feet are still on railroad tracks. Fingertips reach to the sky, bend deep to your right knee, left leg straight. Look up at the space between your palms. And then bend the elbows and open up the chest. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Heart is lifted. We'll bring the hands to the hips or into the low back. As you stretch out the right leg, elongate your spine. Squeeze the legs really strong. Crown of the head reaches forward. Sitting bones reach back. Keep drawing the shoulder blades onto your back. Stretching, stretching. Now we're going to shift the weight. You can hold onto your chair with your left hand. Shift your weight. Lift that left leg behind you and the right arm forward into a spinal balance. Keeping the hips squared and level. All the weight is in your right leg. Slowly make your way up, bending your left knee. Like a little dancer pose. So flex your foot and squeeze your hamstring. And then we're just going to step wide right here. Make sure I'm centered still. I'm going to do what looks like a little push-up with straight legs. I'm going to lengthen the spine. You can put all the weight into your hands so you're getting a little bit of work in the chest, or you can just stretch your hamstrings. Push your sitting bones back. Make sure you're keeping your back nice and long and extended. Okay? So you don't want to round over like this. You want to push your hips back, extend. One more time. And then as you come up, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So step over. Take your inside leg, lift it up, and you can stretch it out. You can point and flex your foot. And then we're going to step all the way back again. Stay on your railroad tracks. Drop your right heel down. So the back toe is just turned out just slightly. Virabhadrasana 1. Sink deeper into your left knee. Straighten your right leg. Feel the hip flexors stretch again as you do that little pelvic tilt by dropping the tailbone down and lifting the chest up. And then opening the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Hands either into the low back so you can feel that natural curve, or hands on your hips as you straighten the front leg and lengthen, elongate the spine. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep the hips as squared as you can, so you may want to draw the left hip back, the right hip a little further forward. Hold on to the chair with your right hand this time as you shift your weight and lift the right leg. Left arm reaches forward into that spinal balance, or as close to the spinal balance as you can get. Toe is facing the earth. And then come on up in that dancer pose with the knee bent and step wide again. You're going to bring your right forearm to the chair. Sweep the left one up. Big twist, big twist. Reach it up, reach it up, reach it up. And then exhale, dive through. And wrap it around your shoulder. Wrap your right arm around your left shoulder. Pretend to take your shirt off. Lift your elbows up and open up your chest. Come back and do the other side. So left forearm down, right arm reaches up. Twisting. Exhale, dive through. And again, give yourself a nice big hug. Pretending to take your shirt off. Step your feet together. You guys are just awesome. Let's have a seat on the front edge of your chair. Shoulders back and down. My right shoulder is up higher. Lift it up. Do that again. I'm going to lift up my right ankle. And I'm going to cross it over like I do in that little half lotus. But this is always an option. Lengthen up your spine. Take a little twist right here. Left hand to your right knee, looking over your right shoulder. And you can slide that leg across and take it a little deeper, keeping the spine lengthening. And then slowly begin to unwind, and we'll take it to the other side. Left leg, left ankle circles. And then again, we'll cross it over into that little half lotus. You'll feel those hips open again, just like we did in the one-legged chair. It's good to keep all those areas moving and stretching. And then take that little twist. As we talked about, what would happen, they just get stiffer and tighter. You have to move. And then we'll take it all the way across. Just make sure everything's lined up nicely, that you're not, seated like a model. And take a twist that's a little deeper. And then slowly unwind your body. Bring your feet to the floor. Let's push ourselves all the way back in your chair. Rest your hands, just like we did in the very beginning. Soften your gaze or close your eyes. Allow your right ear to drop to your right shoulder. And then the chin to the chest. Then the left ear to the left shoulder. And once again, the chin is on the chest. The head just hangs heavy. As we inhale and bring the face to the front and center, roll the shoulders back one time. Sweep the fingertips up to the sky, the palms press, and on the exhalation, draw the hands to prayer in front of the heart. Deep breath in. Fill the lungs again from top to bottom, and then exhale very, very slowly. Allow the breath to bring balance back to the body and mind. Inhaling again, perhaps the intention that we set at the beginning of this practice, looking for balance. Mind, body, spirit. Exhale out any residual stress or tension or negativity. Enjoy the benefits of your yoga practice the rest of your day. Take this energy that we've created with you and keep breathing the rest of the day. And have a lovely Memorial weekend, you guys. Namaste. Thanks. Thanks for joining me. You guys are awesome. Wanting to take care of your health, take care of your minds and bodies. It's good to do this, not just once a week, every day. Go check out some of the videos that I have.